Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my review of the Hatsan BT Carnivore 30 cal. Today is field test, the second part of the review. We're strictly going to look at accuracy. I've had the gun for a while. We probably will not get a chance to look at hunting, but to be honest, we've all seen what the 30 cal or the 30 cal can do to game. There are lots of carnivore videos on YouTube. So we're going to be taking a look at crony numbers, accuracy at probably 35, somewhere between 55 and 60. I'll post it. 75 and probably 100 yards. And I'll let you guys know what we can get out to. But anyway, so we're going to take a look at the field testing of the gun. This gun is stock, it's OEM. There's no modifications done to it. It's right out of the box. We're going to look at crony numbers out of the box. This is not tuned. And then we're going to see how that applies down range at different ranges. So let's go ahead and get started with part 2 of the review. And let's get this thing wrapped up and see what she can do in the field. Alright guys, let's get started with the cronying. We're going to do 2 different field pressures, 2900 and 2800 psi. 2900 psi or 200 bar is the recommended field pressure from the manufacturer. So I'm going to show a listing what field pressures and what shot strings. According to the pamphlet and everything on the internet, the gun gets 21 shots for 2900 psi field. So let's see where it starts, first shot, field pressure, and then where it ends. All right, let's get started. All right guys, 2900 psi field. .2800 psi field, JSB 44.75 grains. Okay guys, that was interesting. What you just saw was 2 21 shot, which is 3 magazines. The magazines are 7 shots, 7-shot magazines. The manufacturer suggests that it gets 21 shots per 2900 psi field. So on the 2900 psi field, what we saw was the first shot was a little overfill. It's hard to get the numbers exact, but you can tell when you're in the zone. When you're in the correct field range, because I think the first shot was like 819 and then it went to 835. I spent a lot of time with this gun, so I'm not just going by what you saw, I'm going by what I've seen for about a month and a half now. You start at 2900, your first shot will be 832, 835. And it goes up to about 880 something, 890, and then it comes back down to 835. So that's what you're looking at for 21 shots at 2900 psi field is 835 for the first, 835, 832, 830 as it comes back down on the 21st shot. So we're going to look at also what that translates to on paper, because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I mean, that's, you know, the extreme spread is pretty wide. What does that mean downrange? We're going to find out. So what we'll do to limit, because I have limited pellets, is we'll sight in at 35. We'll shoot the Vortex, Hatsan Vortex 30 cals against the JSBs. Let's look at downrange performance. Let's get to the accuracy. That's what everybody wants to see. How accurate is this gun in OEM form? Let's find out. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's pretty windy out here. These forecasts, man, I swear they're no good. Winds were only supposed to be 5 to 6 miles an hour. It's more like 8 to 10. But we're going to push on. That's what having a bigger bore is all about anyway. Does it buck the wind better than the smaller 22s and 25s? Let's find out. Let's start with the 2800 psi field shooting the Vortex. This is really impressive. Wow. All right, guys, let's go with the Vortex pellets, 55 yards. Let's see how she does at 55 with Vortex. Here we go. Wow. All right, 7 shots with the Vortex. Vortex definitely did better than JSBs at 55 yards. There you guys have it at 55. Okay, guys, we've just finished shooting 35 and 55 yards with the Vortex and the JSB pellets. We're going to go from 55 to 100 yards, but we're going to shoot my rabbit silhouette target. So let's go ahead and just continue on. We'll do 55 and 100 yards, but we'll do silhouette target and water bottles and stuff like that and see how they do at 100 yards. Wow, I take it back, it's doing better than mediocre. Maybe with the paper, because the wind was making the target go back and forth, which you saw during the group shooting, maybe that's helping making the group spread. Not sure, but 7 shots at 55 yards on the rabbit's head, all hitting each other. I mean, that's pretty good, I think. All right, guys, we're shooting out to the rabbit there. Okay, so we're gonna call that 95 yards. All right, guys, it's pretty windy out here, but we're gonna shoot anyway. These are real tests in real conditions, not in your backyard. So this will give you some idea of the performance. Third mil dot, aim point is the eye. Okay, that was shooting high. Let's go for second mil dot. All right, here we go. All right, guys, we're shooting at 90 yards. I'm gonna hit a couple cans down there, and let's watch the Hatsan in action at 90 yards. Dead hit. Guys, go 7 for 7. All right, guys, 95 yards. The first shot I was using the third mil dot, so it hit right in the rabbit ears, and then I realized it was too high, so I started using the second mil dot, which I'm pretty shocked at. Normally at that velocity you would think 50 yard sight in would be fourth lower mil dot, and I was using the third, and it only took the second. So I readjusted and aimed. And here you go, all 7 shots. And I mean, yeah, come on, here's the wind. Look at all the bushes. This is what we're shooting at. And you can hear the wind. I'll put the camera in the wind. So I mean, feel that? For a 30 cal air gun shooting pellets at 95 yards, you know, most of you guys shoot on calm days anyway, that group would tighten up, no doubt. The way this gun keeps clustering pellets in the OEM setting, I can already tell you this gun is a shooter. This is not me shooting at 50 yards. I'm, you know, way back there underneath the tree, so I have the second video camera. I'm back there. It's 95 yards away. And so for a 30 cal projectile traveling between 835 and 880, I mean, this is shooting pretty good. This would be a dead rabbit. Now, of course, if this were game, I would be much more sighted in at 100 yards or 95. I would know exactly where my mil dots are. That's why I'm doing this on a still target, not on a live animal. I wouldn't want to shoot a live animal in the jaw. So regardless of how you think this looks, this is not a live animal. You know, this is not my personal gun. I'm not 100% sure on the 30 cal trajectory, so this is all testing. I'm just showing you guys, all we're looking at is grouping. Can this gun shoot in OEM form? That's all we care about, and it's proved that it can. All right, guys, hey, we're at the end here. Let's go ahead and wrap up the video. It was pretty windy today, but I have to admit I'm pretty impressed with the power and the accuracy of the gun. At 55 yards, I don't know what happened. The JSBs and the Vortex pellets both kind of did like a little
smiley face on top of a smiley face kind of group thing. I don't know what that was all about. I can't make it out, but I would like to mention it, that it did do that. It only shot, to me, mediocre at 55 yards. But once I put it on the reactive target at 55 yards, I mean, it stacked pellets on top of pellet. Then when I moved out to 95 yards, for an OEM gun with nothing done to it, it still was stacking pellets on top of pellet. With this particular gun, this is a used model. It's been around. A lot of people have tested this gun. So two of the issues that I had were a couple of screws were loose in the receiver, so the receiver would flex, and you just tighten it. But it took me to figure it out why the groups were erratic. The other thing was a blown breech O-ring seal during an outing, which Hatsan supplied the rebuild kit. So it was not a problem for me to insert a new O-ring in the breech seal. But once that was done, I mean, let me be honest, I mean, I like the gun. It's accurate. I would buy one in a heartbeat. I really like all the features that the gun has, and I like the power of the 30. This is the second 30 that I've shot. I've shot the the third 30. I've shot the FX Boss, a buddy of mine, Doug Noble. I shot his custom Condor 30, and I've shot this 30. And I know you guys might find this, oh, you're just saying that because Hatsan. No, I had an FX Boss. It shot tight groups at 55 yards, but the groups wandered. Every 5 shots was here, then the group was here, then the groups would walk. I don't have a problem with this gun. As far as that's concerned, group-wise, I could hit anything with this. I feel comfortable shooting, anything. And this is a hunting gun. It's not a target gun. It's a hunting gun. And it does give really great accuracy. So my final thoughts are, I love the gun. I love all the features. I like the looks. I like the price. The gun is 49 inches long, so it is long. It's over 4 feet, and it does weigh 9.3 pounds. I don't have a problem with it because almost every gun that I own is 9, 10, and 11 pounds. My Rapid was a beast, 10 and a half, 11 pounds. So, and I had no problems carrying that gun around. So if I could carry that one, I could easily carry this gun. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for another Hatsan review. More of their air guns are coming in. And this should get exciting. Every video is probably going to be a little different than the next. So I hope you guys enjoy them all. I hope I at least gave you some useful information. I didn't want to talk too much.